All right, so we are recording and we're resuming the battle from last week, and you guys are at Boris Drunken Swords Manor, and Yun Wan and his disciple have come basically for revenge because of Silver Chrysanthemum, and I think we were sort of in the middle of an unproductive series of exchanges, and so nobody had really been
Oh,
hurt yet. Um, so Elliot, it's your turn.
okay. I'm going to stagger backwards, kind of like showing off a bit of imbalance, but more looking a little bit drunk. And then I'm going to reach into my black robes from the 87 killer set. And I'm going to take out my gourd of white jade wine, which
Mm-hmm.
I've labeled primo shit. And I'm going to chug it.
Have you had
I'm
that
going to
before?
chug that. Pardon?
Have you drunk that before?
I haven't drunk the white jade wine yet. No,
Okay. Do you know where
this
you?
was something I bought. I think
Okay.
for I didn't get gifted it by my brother Guan Yan. It
Okay.
wasn't anything like that. I didn't get given it by Silver Chrysanthemum. This isn't any of that kind of shit. I
Okay.
bought this because I was like, I need to have some good fucking wine on me in case of an emergency. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to drink it yet.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna chug the wine.
I'm going to chug the wine.
Okay. This is probably like the first non-poison wine you've had in a long time, actually, huh?
I mean, apart from regular like yellow wine. No, I had some nice wine in at their parents' house.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. So you chug the
Yeah,
wine.
that's
Are you doing anything else beyond that, or just the wine chugging?
well. I mean, I'd like to chug the wine so I can get to 2 stages of drunkenness at
All right. That's
least.
gonna take you at least around. You're proficient enough that I think you can do it in one round because you're like a master
Yeah,
drinker, but you're gonna need to devote a round to consuming the alcohol. Um,
I'm gonna consume the alcohol, and whilst I do it, I'm gonna hold up my hand with my finger. Like looking out the corner of my eye. No, stop!
all
Don't
right,
hurt me.
Kenny, it's your turn.
Another snap. I saved my bouquet.
I well, I will probably just try and do the same thing I did last round, which was to apply poison to my arrow
Okay.
and shoot it.
All right.
So
You,
that's a performing check, right?
yeah, but you need to make the talent poison with the performing expertise, and then you can make your attack roll.
Yep. Two tens, a two, and a one.
Oh, okay,
I
you're
think
fine.
I think
You're
I, I
fine.
think I succeed on that one.
Cyanide.
Right, and I was going to do a fierce arrow cathartically, so that I guess that splinters the arrow and hits multiple people. Is that how we're going for it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Pencil.
I believe in you, Kenny.
Um,
Go kill him right now. Just
get
cyanide him.
2d10, 3d10, 4d10 to hit against evade. That is a 7 at the highest against evade.
Okay, and you're
4d10.
attacking both of them.
Yeah,
All right. So let's see. You said you got a 7. So you're gonna
yeah.
hit Yun Wan, and you're gonna hit. Do you know the disciple's name yet, or no?
Um, unless it was mentioned in the confrontation just now,
I don't think it was.
Okay. All
then
right.
we
So
have no idea.
all right. So you're gonna hit both of them unless one of them unless they can evade or something. So let me just see if they manage that.
Make
So
sure
the,
you track their imbalance.
all right. So the disciple like gets into an iron body stance and deflects the attack, and Yun Wan also gets into an iron body stance and deflects the attack again. Um, and Steven, it's your turn.
Um, I will. I'll use Fierce Strike cathartically against both of them.
Okay.
With my, I'll do that with my butterfly swords. Uh, so that's 3. I got a 9 at the highest on the attack.
All right, you're attacking both, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the disciple tries to do his iron body stance, and it doesn't work. And Yun Wan manages to pull it off and fends off the attack, but the disciple is hit. Can you roll for damage?
Yeah.
Oh, quick question. So, although my attack didn't damage them, it still hit on the 10. Does that mean I get my refund on the imbalance back?
Yes, you do.
Sweet.
I got 7 at the highest on the damage.
Okay, 7. All right, so that I think is going to hit him. Let me see. Yep, that's just enough. And so, does it have any additional effect or no?
Nope. It just adds damage to the roll.
All right, so and you're hitting him with a sword, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you strike him with a blade, and as you cut his skin, this wispy blue energy seeps out into the air like mist. And you can see, that you do see blood, but you also see this strange energy pouring out. And
Like Yao energy?
similar but blue. And and Yun Wan, what is he gonna do to you guys? He I guess he's gonna have to use his fly whisk technique again. All right, so
I've got no opportunity to counter him.
Well, the one good thing is his fly whisk technique is actually not that effective.
Another good thing is I should have hardness 10 now.
What's your chi ranks again?
4.
4. Okay, 4. Yeah, this is one of the more suboptimal techniques he could use against you guys.
Good spirit.
But he smacks the ground with his fly whisk and sends a burst of energy out at you, and gets an 8 on his attack roll.
Is that it works. My parry's 7, my evade's 5. Either way.
Oh yeah. So, what's your hardiness?
10 at the moment.
All right. You don't take anything. Does anybody else get hit, or are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm going
get hit.
I'm just going to use a normal whirling dodge.
No, you can't because it's higher She rank than us.
You've got to do it.
Doesn't say
if they're high She rank.
Where does it say that?
It's general rule. You can't counter people of higher Chi rank
okay.
than you unless you cathartically use a
Okay,
counter.
I'll do it cathartic then.
It's one of the reasons I got over.
Yeah.
And it's why I can't counter this guy anymore.
Okay, I got a 6, so
All right.
I got hit.
All right. What's your hardiness?
Steve, that gives you. That
5.
gives you.
All right. So you take
imbalance
1
rating
wound from
plus
the
2
blast.
as well.
I'm not going to counter. I think I've got. Was it parry against parry? I've got 5 parry, so that hits. Right?
It was against evade.
Oh, against evade, that's 5 evade as well, so that still hits regardless.
Oh, okay. What's your hardiness?
7.
All right. So you actually don't take damage. So just Steven took a wound in that case. And it's the disciple's turn. He's actually a little bit more effective, I think, than the other guy. All right, so he takes a. Why is that not working? He strikes at you with his staff. That's what I'm about to determine.
If it helps you determine at all, I'll be standing there flipping him off with a middle finger.
He'll probably run up to you then. Yeah, that's a.
I chug my booze.
That global taunt, though.
Oh, actually, he can hit multiple targets. Who's I guess we've established that Dao Feng and Boris Drunken Sword are probably closest. So
Yes.
he's going to strike at Dao Feng and Boris Drunken Sword. And it's against parry, so let's see here. He just needs to roll his... He's pretty good with his wooden staff. He got a 9 on his attack roll.
Okay, I'm going to try and counter this with
Okay.
a normal dip of a drunken snake.
Oh
This is
yeah.
athletics against attack roll, so I need to get a 9. I bend back to evade a melee attack, nearly touching the ground with your head, and then springing back with force to strike your foe. It's a mundane strike, but at a plus 1d10 damage bonus per rank of Waija. And I got a 10! Woo!
All right. So,
All right,
are you able to do anything in response, or is it just are you just dodging it?
It's a strike back as well.
Okay.
I
All right,
dodge
so-
it and then I strike back. Can I also spit just a tiny bit of a leftover wine that's in my mouth from me chugging,
Yeah, just
in
as
his
an
face
insult to.
whilst I strike at him?
Can you roll for the strike?
Okay, so it's just a mundane strike, but at a plus 1d10 damage bonus per rank of Waija.
Mhm.
I think that it just allows me to do the blow. It says, if anyone attacks you with a melee attack, you can use this counter. On a success, you bend back and avoid the strike, then swiftly bounce back to deliver a potent blow of your own. Mundane strike, but at a plus 1d10 bonus per rank of Waija. Is that just normal attack then, yeah?
Yeah, it's a normal attack.
Okay, so that's medium melee, 3d10 plus 2d10 for the Jian sword. Oh. Does my nat 10 that I got from the counter add towards my attack or my damage?
It would it add on to the attack?
Okay, so then I'd be rolling 6d10.
Next.
Reroll that one. I've got 8 at the highest so far. Yeah, 8 at the highest.
All right. Is that can you roll damage?
So that succeeds.
Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. This is a somewhat special case, but I still want you to roll damage just so I can understand things.
So my damage is muscle plus 1d10 for the Jian sword plus 3d10 for the ranks of Waija as well. So that's 6d10 again. Come on!
D10s.
At least deal a wound. Rerolling the 3, I've got 7 at the highest so far. I got an 8 at the highest.
All right. You hit him forcefully, but you just feel that you feel like this potent internal energy buffering his body as you strike, and you think that your technique wasn't strong enough to hurt him.
Okay.
I'm going to wording dodge regularly to try and avoid his attack.
Okay.
Reduce the damage. And I got 5, so I don't take the hit.
You take the hit. All right. So let's see.
Against 5 hardiness.
All right. So he's going to hit you with his staff then.
Stevie boy!
So you take 2 wounds when he just kind of cracks you in the neck with his staff. And
All right.
Elliot,
it's your turn again, and you are now fully drunk.
Excellent. I'll toss away my gourd. And I'm going to try doing a new technique. It might be overkill because it's supposed to be against up to 6 targets. Oh no, sorry, up to 18 targets, but there's only 2 people here.
18 targets, what?
What's the technique?
Sword whipping strike.
Well, it's still very eccentric, so it's the one. Like his sword gets all flexible, and he can
Well, no, it's you whirl it above your head, creating a green energy that lashes out at targets in all directions.
Yeah, it's like a chi-based attack, but it's meant to sort of like your sword is supposed to become almost like a whip in the attack.
You know the soft swords that you have in Chinese martial arts?
Either way, I can't use it cathartically unless I want to take on more imbalance, which I can't do. I'd be up for it. Give me all the spirits, So it's any melee against parry, so 5d10. And I got a 9 at the highest.
All right.
That's on...
That's against parry?
Yeah, that's against parry.
And you can hit both
And
of
it
them,
does-
right?
I hit. Yeah, I can hit both of them. It's a 40-foot area, up to 18 people inside of that.
All right. So you
65.
succeed. They do not. Their iron body does not work.
Okay.
So you
This
slice.
is 2d10 open damage to each of them, so I roll separately, right?
No, you roll once for everybody.
Okay, that's no problem. Ah, fucking bastards! I got a 5 and a 4.
All right. Let's see if that hurt anybody.
Go on, hardness 5.
All right. You heard. You got a 5 and a 4. So
Yeah.
your attack slices the skin of Yun-Wan, not terribly, but enough that you can see bloodshed, and he looks down with concern. And Kenny, it's your turn.
Can I cut off his robes and show his micro, Willie?
Yeah, and then he's just hung like an ox.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna do
rumors
my-
aren't true.
Cyanide arrow again, just to let's perform. Whoa, a 10, 2 9s, and a 2. So 10 on the application of poison.
Okay.
You're doing it so much,
I'm
and you're
really-
separating out
yeah.
arrows. I can just imagine you're like doing it, and you just lick your fingers like a librarian does to, separate pages. And be like, oh, fuck!
And I'm gonna do a cathartic fierce strike again because it will work one day, right?
Go on. Go on.
Worked when I did it.
Well,
Do
fierce
it. Get a
arrow.
tin lap.
I got a 9 versus evade.
That's not a fucking tin lap.
All right, and that's a one target strike, right?
No, it's to both of them.
To
The arrow splinters and
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm sorry. What did you get on these? You got what?
9 at the highest on the attack roll.
9 at the highest. All right, so that hit both of them. Let me just see if they can get out. This is a little harder. Oh wait, no, they can still use iron body. All right, so Yun-Wan does not succeed, but the disciple succeeds. So you hit Yun-Wan.
All right. So I add 1d10 to the damage roll, which is 3d10 plus 1d10, 4d10.
What kind of damage are you coding it in?
A cyanide.
Okay.
Got a 9 on the damage roll.
All right, and it's normal damage, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the arrow sinks in. You do a wound to him, and what's the effect of that poison?
Cyanide? I don't actually know.
It's I think it's a pretty lethal one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I chose it because
It's
it's lethal,
most
but I don't...
lethal if it's inhaled, but if it's ingested or inflicted through a wound, then it's still very lethal.
Let me see
We
here.
can check.
So it takes hours to kill, so it's not like an insta-kill thing. But it's potent, and it starts affecting him in minutes in terms of the...
Yeah.
So can you roll 3d10 for the potency?
Does anything I have help towards that, or is it just its native...
It's just its inherent ability to affect a person.
Right, so I got a 9 at the highest.
Okay, all right, so he sort of suddenly looks concerned right after the arrow hits him, and just make a mental note that this guy is clearly poisoned, Kenny.
Okay.
And I'll make
Just
a note too.
remember that, you should get fast heart rate, shortness of breath, dizziness and stuff, and then seizures, cardiac arrest, all that kind of shit.
So, all right, so Steven, it's your turn.
Let's go for storming daggers cathartically on both of them. So that will be 8 daggers, so 4 each.
All right.
I got a 7 on the attack roll.
And that's against evade, right?
Yes.
So you hit Yun-Wan, and you also hit the disciple.
Okay. Come on, Orange Jesus. Oh yeah, it's got a 10 on the attack on the damage.
Okay, so that's gonna be
4 wounds each.
and one extra
Um,
wound, right, for the 10?
Yeah, and then 1 extra wound, so 5.
All right, so let's see here. So that's
5 wounds on each one. Nice one, Steve.
all right. So you
Didn't get
assail
extra
them
shit,
with
but-
like a just this wind of daggers, and you can see blood sort of seeping from their gowns after the daggers pass, and they both look quite concerned, and they're definitely gonna do something.
I think I've thrown all my daggers now, though, so...
All right, so Yun Wan leaps up in the air, and he jumps over the courtyard house wall to the outside, and
Is he fleeing?
he's fleeing, and the disciple does the same. Let's just see if he succeeds. And he also succeeds, and you can sort of, they don't seem like they've gotten far. They just literally leapt up into the air and swooped over the...
Which way are they going? Are they going towards my brother Guan Yuan's house?
No, they're going towards the Bixie tea house.
Okay.
And what do you guys want to do? It's totally up to you. We're still sort of in the combat.
My question is whether I want to chase after them and try and intercept them that way, or whether I want to use like a blasting blade and destroy my wall, possibly igniting the ire of my wife, but also potentially hitting both of them. But
Well, I was gonna step out and like try to rain up arrows then.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So Elliot,
I'll try a blasting blade as well.
All right, so why don't you do you're gonna try to blast a hole through your wall?
Yeah. On a success, a burst of particles, sharp particles strike at every one of the cone, 20 feet per rank of Y-jar, so that would be 60 feet.
So realistically, here's what you would need to do then. You would probably need to leap up on your wall and then strike the wall to do a blasting blade and rain it down
Sort
on them.
of golf club style.
So what would be the thing for me jumping up onto the wall?
Just an athletics roll. Unless you...
Okay, I've got a relatively good athletics, so that's cool. This is still covered by my drunken fighter. So I'll leap up, and whilst I'm leaping up, I'll start reciting drunkenly and paraphrasing badly some of the scriptures that Kenny's and Wuji's and Dalfang's mother was reciting to me whilst I was, knocked out.
Okay, all right. So he's probably, slurring something about only the righteous wielding the swords, and
Yeah. I got 2 1s and an 8. So 8 at the highest of
All
the
right.
athletics.
so
check.
you land on the wall. Now make your blasting blade roll.
Okay, it's any melee against evade, so 5d10 against their evade. And targets take 1d10 damage per rank in chi, so that would be 4d10. Holy fucking shit, I got a 3, a 3, a 2, a 4, and a 7. So 7 at the highest against evade. I think we confirmed already, but that's a fucking hit!
That is a hit. So can you roll damage?
Yeah, Jesus. These dice, they're not letting me off today. Oh, yes. I got 2 8s, a 7, and a 10.
You got a 10? Oh, okay.
I did indeed. So that should be 2 wounds to each of them.
Yep. All right. So you just rain down these, this wash of debris. And Kenny, do you want to? You said you wanted to step out the gate and fire at them.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I don't trust my athletics. It's only 2d10, so I don't want to make a fool of myself.
I teeter on the wall. I just took out my footing.
Yeah, I'm going to use Rain of Arrows, which is single target, but I fire one additional arrow per, on the cathartically, so it's one additional arrow per rank of chi. So I fire 7 arrows in total at what's this one?
Yun 1?
Yun Wan, yeah. That's
You
the
want
one.
to? So you want to fire them all at him?
7 arrows at him.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do that.
You can't split any to his disciple.
No, I can't, unfortunately. This is me being very focused and trying to take down our mother's foe. Got a 9 against evade.
That's definitely a
6.
hit, and he's running, so he can't really counter.
Ooh.
6, 7, 8, 9. I got a little straight there.
Transphobe.
Alright, so roll damage once, which is 3d10. And I got an 8 at the highest.
An 8 at the that's in the damage roll, and it's normal damage.
Yeah.
All right.
No, sorry, it's so
Each.
I fired 7 arrows at him, so they would each do 1 wound, so 7 wounds total.
All right. Yep. Okay. So you okay? Do you want to kill him?
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So you fill him with arrows, and he just drops to the ground like a brick, and his disciple keeps running. Kenny, it's your turn. Or not Kenny. Steven, it's your turn.
I'll try and get the disciple with an arrow.
Okay. So a similar thing. You can either step out onto the street or leap up onto the wall.
Let's be flashy. Let's leap up onto the wall.
This is
I
how
got
the
6.
This is how the disciple got away.
What did you get?
I got 6.
All right. You land on the wall. It's not quite as suave as Elliot's drunken leap, but it still gets you up on the wall, and you're in position
Okay.
to fire.
Accuracy +1. I got 4 on the attack.
All right, okay, so unfortunately that does not hit. His evade is not terrible, so all right, so the disciple is just gonna book it. He's booking it down the street, and he books it fast. If you guys want to chase him, you can, but it's gonna take you guys a couple of total successes to catch up.
Oh, I'm dizzy from being up this high. I drank too much. I need to go back and lie down. Darfan, get the corpse, would you? Oh wow, you got up here quick.
I'm going to go and pick up the and retrieve the body of Yun Wan.
Okay, and it's around this time that Guan Yan arrives with some of his constables, and he says, "What's going on here?"
Oh, you're late, brother. You missed my shot. Ah! Can I do my meditation roll now?
Yeah. Now you should do your meditation roll.
I'm gonna fail. 2d10. Take the lowest. I got a 7 and a 6, so I failed.
Oh, because you're inbound. Yeah. All right.
So, just going by what you've sent to me.
I will send you information.
Well, just to give some outside information, I'm not in control of my mind.
But nobody knows this except you. So, hold on. All right, let me know if that makes sense, if that's enough for you to sort of roll with what's going on.
Okay. Yes. You took much too long. But don't worry. We took care of this braggart. Weird, tiny dick man.
He says, "Well, as long as you've got it under control," he says, "I'll be back at my residence."
Yes, you do well, brother. I'm going to sleep soon.
He just kind of looks at you and shakes his head.
What's your position again?
He turns around swiftly, and he says, "How much have you had today that you can't remember that?"
An awful lot. Yes. I've overdone my fill. I'm engorged, you could say.
What's your wits, Elliot?
6.
All right. All right. He looks at the two of you and he says, "Keep an eye on him."
What position am I again?
He says, "They can explain it to you. I don't have time for this nonsense." And he turns around and walks away.
You're 4, boss.
Right. I should speak to the wife. Lots of things to work out, you know. Who broke this wall?
You did.
Yes, of course. Testing you. You're a resourceful chap, Dafan.
Thank you.
What's
I
your
say,
position?
looking at him really weird. 2.
Yeah. Is there more wine inside?
Probably. You're the one that would know. It's your house, boss.
Yeah, I love my wine. I've got wine inside. I'm going indoors. You guys go to your beds.
What time is it?
I think it was
Brandon.
midday, right? And weren't you guys the only ones here?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're
Well,
servants,
well-
obviously.
Wasn't his wife in another room? We just didn't call for her.
Yeah,
I-
she's
I-
pregnant and around.
I'm sorry.
She's pregnant and around.
Okay, so she
But-
was in the residence.
Yeah,
She was
she's
in
on
the
the property.
residence.
Okay, so she's probably, in one of the inner chambers then.
Okay, when Boris Drunken Sword goes back inside, I'm just gonna turn to Wuji and be like, "Brother, is something seem a bit off with him to you?"
Oh, he did just drink the entire jug of white jade wine before, during the fight.
Yeah, but he doesn't even get that weird when he drinks poison wine.
I can try diagnosing him and see. Like, can I catch up to Boris Drunken Sword and check and also check his wounds?
Yeah. So Kenny, I'm sending you a message. Number one, just as something. You don't have to do anything with this, but just a reminder.
Okay.
In case it got lost in the mix. But you
I'm
want
asking my wife.
you just want to examine Boris Drunken Sword.
Just let me check your wounds, boss.
One second. Wife, where can I find detailed schematics and blueprints for my Tune City?
You go into the wife's room and ask her this.
Yeah, that's where
She-
you'll find me.
She looks at you and she says, "What is a schematic?"
I mean, drawings of the city. You know, where can I find them?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about these things.
Hmm.
Why?
What's your rank again?
She says, "Are you okay?"
Yes, I've just had a lot to drink. When haven't I?
She says, "I'm rank 82."
That's the one. That's the one. There's nothing higher than 87, is there?
No, 87 is the top.
Okay. I'll just turn around and go, what are you bothering me for? Like Kenny at Wuji.
Oh, I'm just here to check your wounds, boss. You took quite a big hit during that fight.
Yeah, I couldn't have forgotten about something like that. Go ahead.
Can I try diagnosing him?
Yeah, but can I make the roll for you?
Yeah.
What's your medicine roll?
2d10.
All right, so nothing feels terribly unusual about him. You think he's drunk. He definitely should lay off the wine for a bit.
I'm just gonna say, oh, boss, everything seems okay, but maybe you should go rest in another room. The lady's condition, as you know, isn't in its prime at the moment, so she needs all the peace and rest she can get.
Mm. Yeah, she's getting fat. I'll walk away.
She all right, so as you're walking away, she definitely is going to react to that, I think. She probably throws a jade comb at you.
Oof.
What's your evade?
5.
All right. All right, so she throws a jade comb at you. And she got 2 10s on her attack roll.
Is she using a technique?
No, she's not. She's just throwing it at you 'cause she's mad.
Okay.
But she's throwing it at you enough to do damage.
Yeah, I'll try doing a deflecting counter.
Okay.
Athletics, it says TN6, but I know that's gone up to like 8 or whatever. Wow, I got a 4, 4, and a 1.
What's
So
your
I don't even
hardiness?
succeed in that. Pardon?
What is your hardiness?
10 at the moment.
All right, so you don't take any wounds, but the comb hits you forcefully in the back.
I'll just like stop for a moment and then just keep on walking on.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know if in character I would think that he was being weird or not now. Like,
I think I think enough strange stuff has happened that's a fair conclusion to reach.
I'll just look over at Guan Noan and just say, "Lady, I think there's something wrong with the boss."
She says, "What do you mean?"
Well, you know how he is when he's drunk, and this is not what he's usually like. I'm worried he's been poisoned or something.
She says, "Then you should get him to a good physician."
Oh no, then and bow and leave.
And she says, "Do you need funds?"
Do we need funds? That's a good
Bitch,
question.
don't be giving away my money!
Might
I just
be
said,
more than you.
I think yeah, but I'll just it should be fine. We have some money left over from the previous venture.
She says, "Well, just to be safe, take these 3 silver tails." And
Sweet.
she hands them to you.
I'll bow and say, "Well, I'll make sure everything's okay with the boss."
She says, "I appreciate this."
Previously took the knowledge of becoming a father really badly as well, so you know.
She says, your kindness will not go unnoticed."
I'll just bow and say, "It is my duty, and you should get some rest, lady. It's you're after all." I think there's like a delicate way to say you're fucking pregnant, but I don't know what it is. But I'll say you are with child at the moment.
To support another life.
You're with child at the moment and need to rest.
She nods and she says, "I am fine. It is still early, but thank you for your concern."
I'll bow and leave.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys do after that?
That's a good question. What do we do? I guess I'll start talking to Dao Fang, catch him in the conversation, and just have a discussion about how Drunken Sword seems even weirder than normal.
Yeah. All of a sudden caring about rank.
Yes, and asking for schematics. I'll tell him that tell Dao Fang that Boris Drunken Sword is asking about this for the city plans, and that's not something he would ever concern himself with.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware he knew what schematics were.
I thought he only cared about wine, so there is something unusual. He's asking about rank, he's asking about city plans.
This is definitely odd.
I couldn't find any trace of poison. I guess the medicine roll sort of covers poison as well, right, Brendan?
Yeah, the medicine roll would help you to identify poison.
Yeah, I didn't see any poison on him.
So, Elliot, what do you say?
He's going to sit down in front of her for a little while and kind of size her up a bit and see how she kind of like initiates a conversation with Boris Drunken Sword.
She says, "You should have let me out. I could have helped you kill that man."
We did fine by ourselves.
Seems one of them got away.
That's fine too. How did you know?
She says, "I can see from here." And she has good, a vantage point.
Before, you said something about taking power, control.
I think I might have said something like that, but you've been very mean to me since then.
I have, and I can be worse still. Divulge to me all that you know, and we can be accomplice.
What do you want to know about?
The weak points of this organization I've been brought to.
There aren't many weak points in your organization, I'll be honest. It's fairly well managed.
You're the weak point in the organization.
That's what I was thinking.
But this skin is part of it. And I need to know how to fulfill my part so that I can go on to do bigger things.
She says, "Well, what do you want to achieve?"
Well, I want to kill those in power, such as my adorable brother.
She says,
How do I act like me?
"Maybe you should take out Lady 87 then."
How do I act like me?
What does that mean?
Figure it out.
She kind of looks a little bit scared when you start talking that way. She says, "I'm not sure what you're talking about."
When I visited you before, I know I have acted in my usual manner. And I need you to recount to me how to act in that manner.
Oh, she gets up and she says, "That's easy." She says, "Just act like an imbecile."
I mean, I've gleaned that it's somewhat of an imbecile, but what kind of imbecile?
She says, "You're loud, you drink a lot, you shout at people, you do whatever you want, you don't have any sense of decorum or propriety,
Carry on.
you're erratic,
Yes,
you
this
make
is good.
very questionable decisions."
Excellent. Do I have any fixations?
"I think that you lament your bad marriage."
Right. That would make sense for Sal's getting fat.
She says, I don't know, but you were seem the tremendously unfaithful type."
Right. I stand up, turn around, and walk away.
Okay.
I'd like to intrude on Dao Fang and Wuji.
Okay. All right, so you guys are still having your conversation. He shows up.
I mean, do they want to resolve their conversation a bit more before I
Well, I think that was about equal parts. So
Yeah, basically I was recounting your city plan thing and saying that it was a bit weird and can't really work out what's wrong.
Hey guys, how's it going? You know, I'm so drunk. And I'll trip over my own feet onto the floor in front of them. Whoa! Oh, get me more wine. Go, servants.
the servants rush to get you more wine.
I just look at him and go like, "Oh, boss, that's not like you. You don't walk when you're drunk. What are you doing? You normally crawl all over the place."
Ah, Wuji, you're too clever at times, and if you don't watch out, you might get cut down a peg or two. I mean, haha, good one. I don't walk, cool a bit over him and sit down.
I just look at Dalfang at this point. I think we both know that. Oh, this is not saying out loud, but I think both Dalfang and Wuji know that. Drunken Sword only gets more agile physically as he drinks more, rather than losing his sense of balance and such.
That's a fair assumption.
So, what's a guy got to do to get promoted around here? Kill higher-ranking members of the organization.
That's the least effective way of climbing up the ladder, actually.
Right.
What you need to do is help accomplish missions. We have a mission at the moment to make peace with Longmar Hall, right?
Yes.
And vassalize them and bring them into our own empire, right?
I'll just narrow my eyes and say, yes, of course, boss. How could you forget Lady 87's words?
Oh, yeah, of course. Done me. It's alcohol, Does that to you.
Yes. But I was thinking you might have issues since you got along so well with the Longmar Hall people in the past.
I'll kind of rub my scalp. And I'll kind of go, No, I can think there might be an issue. Don't you?
Well, a few accidents happened, but nothing that we can't resolve through talking, I'd say.
Right. And of course, I
Oh,
should...
here's your wine, sir! And I'll pull the wine jug over.
Excellent, yes. I'll drink it.
But you should really get some rest now. We've had a long
Midday.
fight. We've had a long fight. It wasn't an easy battle.
Nonsense. None of us really got hurt, did they?
Oh, you did, sir. You took quite a big hit there.
No, I feel fine.
So is it just not known what happens? This is a question to Brendan. Not known what happens when someone overexerts themselves.
No, it's known. It's a widely known thing. So it's not.
We helped out somebody with it before, I think.
Yeah.
Have we done it?
If you want, you can make a reasoning roll to see if you.
I may be thinking of a Saturday session that I did.
But you guys would have heard of it probably, you know what I mean? And it would probably go by a number of different names. And some people would describe it as being possessed. Some people would describe it as being overcome by, chi energy and having a personality disruption. There are different terms and explanations, but people know about it.
Well, I've got 0 in reasoning, so do you want to do a roll for me? Oh, you have 1. You go for it. You have 1d10. Take.
Okay. Should
Big
I roll
chunk.
it, or do you want
You
to roll
guys
it,
should
Brendan?
both roll.
Steve,
You can do the 2d10 take.
Do you want to
loss.
borrow the diddy die?
I got my own die. I got a 6.
Shit, I got a pair of 9s. What the fuck?
All right. So Kenny, you this doesn't sit right with you, and you're pretty sure that is what is going on.
And off the top of my head, there's no way to to resolve it. So I have to find this like a specialist or something to.
You need to find somebody who knows what they're doing. You know, someone like a master who's capable of rebalancing his chi energy and
Like
driving out.
someone with like a double barrel surname, starts with C and ends in Ma, maybe.
Who could that be? Marcy.
Our mother might be able to, because she definitely uses Danja.
Your father.
Yeah, our mother's definitely a higher chi rank with us as well, so she's probably approaching profound, if not already there.
Have you told me about the technique that our mother taught you?
Yeah, I guess I would have mentioned it out of earshot of Boris Drunken's sword, and that she taught me sealing the winds of Gushan, which is when you use pressure point to make it so the person can't speak for a minute per rank of Danja or an hour if you use it cathartically, which is why I laughed so much when I read what it was.
All right. Do I have any of what's Chisha's 5 dragon venom again?
Chisha's 5 dragon venom. That
Did you put that in the wine?
where did you acquire that, Kenny?
I think Sima Hao gave it to me. Either that or I have white cobra venom, which I don't know what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is incapacitate Drunken Sword so that we can get him seen to.
All right. I'm pretty
That's
sure the
really
5
high.
dragon venom isn't what you want. I mean, I can definitely gather that information for you, but
Let's just plume him up.
Oh no, that's a terrible idea.
You don't have any plume at the moment, anyways.
I have
I
some
do.
on me.
I've got 12 ounces of celestial plume on me at the moment.
Oh wait a minute. Shit,
In
the plume I've got-
junkies.
No, wait, the plume I've got on me's got a bunch of cyanide mixed in with it. Shouldn't use that.
Oh god. Christ.
Use it on yourself, Steve. Get your new character in.
I'm gonna say that
This is
I'm trying to look out what you would do. I think you'd actually want to report this to Quan Wan first, and seek her opinion. She's higher up in the family.
She's the auntie and I'm your uncle. Auntie, uncle's passed out on the porch again. Auntie, uncle had a chi imbalance and is now possessed by an ogre.
If I can remember what the actual mission I had to do was a bundle Kylan heroes. Yeah. Okay. We can't really afford to wait though. We need to get rid of this possession thing as soon as possible, really.
I don't think I'm going to be able to escape its thrall.
Yeah. I'll just say, well, in that case, Brother, why don't you stay here with the boss for now, and I'll go gather some information and preparation for the next mission, since the boss is so eager this time round.
I guess I'll just sigh and be like, fine. But if something happens to me, it's your fault.
I'll nod and like give him a wink to be careful, and I'll go to Guan Wan's room and see if I can talk to her.
All right. Technically, you're probably not even allowed into her living quarters, so she probably has another area where you would be communicating with her.
Yeah.
And so that's probably where she was, and she will. So we'll say it's like one of the inner courtyards, and or one of the outer courtyards. She says, "What is it?"
I suspect that the boss overexerted himself in the last fight and is now possessed. Been possessed? Is that the terminology? Been possessed by
Chi spirit.
by his chi.
She says, "Let me examine him." She says, "Follow me and follow my lead." And she goes to you. Where's Boris Drunken Sword, Elliot?
I'll still be in the kind of like room where I've met up with Dalfang and Wuji before, and I'll be drinking
Where is
and
Dalfang?
being just to servants.
Where's
Probably in the dining hall.
All right.
Yeah, probably if that was where me and Wuji were having our conversation.
All right. So she passes by Yu Dao Feng on the way to Boris Drunken Sword and says, "Follow my lead." And she walks into wherever you are, berating the servants. And she says, "Husband, I have a request."
Oh, what's that?
All right. And can you make a detect roll?
Me?
Yep.
Okay, no problem.
You're quite drunk at the moment, though, right? Does that affect
any
detect?
penalties he might be suffering for that would be in effect.
So I'll be rolling at 0d10. Take the lowest. I got a 3 at the lowest.
All right. So you don't see this coming, but she sneak attacks you. I'm just trying to see what she's gonna do. Oh, that's no. Hold on one second. I just noticed.
She's gonna do a decapitating strike, and
No, I just noticed a small error in the document that I want to remedy before I forget. It's too important to just sort of leave.
she's gonna skewer me with a jade comb and pin me to the wall.
Jade comb decapitation.
All right.
Turns her into a eunuch.
All right. So no, she's gonna
These don't even joke, Steve.
she's just gonna spin around and strike you with her fist. It's against, what's your parry?
5. No, 7.
All right, so she hits you, and
Okay.
what's her damage on that one? Not too good. Oh, but it's the technique, so the technique does more.
She's higher Chi rank than me.
Which punches her about like her head to him. I kind of give Kenny a look and be like, oh, "Is this the Libra metaphor though?"
All right, so she does 2 wounds to you.
Okay. My hardness is 10 at the moment.
Yeah, that's why she only did 2 wounds with this attack. It would have done many. It was an open damage roll.
Ooh.
Right.
So it's the so and you know that technique. That's her spinning fist of Lady Guan.
Okay.
And now everyone needs to roll speed.
7.
And she says knock him out.
I'll enter into my sword stance. And I got a 10. Oh, I got 2 10s on the initiative roll, so I'm at 13.
6.
All right. And what about you, Steven?
I got 7.
7. All right. All right. So Elliot, you got to go first.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to run away.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So
going to if we're in this kind of like room, if the wall can be cut down, I'd like to. Otherwise, could I use a blasting blade to blast a hole in it and then jump through it to run away?
you could, yeah. The walls are fragile enough that you could do that. They might people might get parting shots at you with ranged attacks as you're fleeing.
That's cool.
Okay, can you make a an attack roll on the wall?
Sure, I'll do an attack roll against the wall. I mean, I'm not actually aiming at anybody on the other side, so I'm just using the blasting blade with the flavour of blowing open the thing. Where the
Then there's a bunch of children just walking by outside.
We'll give it a
Die,
percentile
kids!
chance.
I got a 9 at the highest.
All right, can you roll a percentile for me and tell me what you get?
Sure thing. I got 73. No, 33. 33.
Okay. All right, so can you roll damage for the wall?
Sure thing. I believe it's just a normal attack. It's not a cathartic one because I can't use them at the moment.
And what's your speed rank?
My speed rank is 3, but I've got 1 expertise and initiative.
Okay.
So it's 40-10 damage, 1 per rank of sheer. I got an 8 at the highest.
All right, so you blast a hole in the wall, and you can charge through there.
Yeah.
You don't get terribly far. They can still probably catch up to you if they want to.
Yeah.
But the next round you're going to accelerate. So he basically runs about 50 feet out of the building, and you guys can still see him. You can use ranged attacks if you want to. Steven, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna chase after him, but then try and attack him with my rope dart.
Okay.
Lace just
On
sign
10. No. No, I got 3 at the highest.
All right, that's against what, evade?
Parry.
Oh, okay. I doubt that hits him, but what's your parry, just to confirm?
My parry is 7.
Okay. All right. So
My evade is 5.
So it's Guan Nuan and Wuji's turns.
Kenny?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I can do.
Just shoot me! Just don't specify you want to kill me.
Although that would move us up in the ranks, maybe.
Not high enough.
Especially not to do it right in front of my wife.
Yeah. I'll pull out a rope dart too and just...
Just shoot me, man. Go on.
But if we get that nat 10 with a rope dart, we can tie you up.
You know, you get restrained.
And then you break my arms and legs.
And then we break our arms and legs.
I never realised how scary it is to be on the receiving end.
Our backup character is going to be good at breaking arms and legs.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the rope dart to do a mundane attack because there's not any actual melee techniques apparently.
You're not going for your strike?
Hmm?
Have you not gone for your strike?
No, because I replaced that with Fierce Arrow instead. But it's fine because I got a 10 and a 6 on the attack roll there.
All
So I can opt to restrain him or impel him slightly for 1 extra wound, but I will try to restrain Elliot.
Okay. All right. So the rope dart starts wrapping around you, Elliot. And Guan Nuan is going to do kind of the same thing as well.
I can't counter her anyways.
Let me see what her rope dart ability is.
They have rope dart techniques. Holy shit.
Yeah, the Guan family does. She got an 8 on her attack roll with it.
It's part of like the
That
Lady
is-
87 stuff. If you check on the blog
E-technique.
page, it's got them.
Yeah. Now she can't use it to restrain. She didn't get the 10, but she's using a technique, and she does use it to impale you with the rope dart.
That's nice.
Well, she's not trying to kill you, but she's trying to make sure that the dart sticks in. But she only got a 5 on the damage roll, so I don't think it does anything.
No.
And Elliot, it is your turn, and you are wrapped around Kenny's rope.
I'll try to break free of that.
All right. How do you want to try to break free?
If I could possibly use my sword, that'd be lovely. Hoping that I'm still in sword stance. I'm at 10 otherwise.
You're going to need to roll against... how about this? Why don't you guys make opposed rolls with your weapons? I think that's the best way to resolve it.
Okay. Wow. I got a 1, 3, 3, 3, and a 6.
I got a 9 at the highest, a 9 at the 2.
All right. So you try to cut his rope dart, but he sort of loops it around your hand and manages to contain it. And Steven, it's your turn again.
Guess I'll just. If he's restrained, can I catch up to him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I will catch up to him and use Kick of the Golden Elephant on him.
Ooh. In the nads. Go on.
Yeah, alright, right in the nads.
Shaking out all his frustrations
That'd
with
be
the
like-
boss.
I'm like on my knees, holding my sword and stuff, spread out a bit, just like, no!
Okay, I got that is a 9.
All right, that is going to hit.
Okay, so 1d per muscle plus chi rank.
Fucking 10, mate. That's what you need.
Got a 10 at the highest.
That's what you need.
All right, so that was for your damage roll, right?
Yep.
All right, so what kind of effect is that?
It just does 1d10 damage per muscle plus chi rank. So like I spin and drive my heel into the enemy with an upward motion. So I just like get him in the nads with my heel.
And you do 2 wounds.
If it's a 10, so yeah, that would be 2 wounds.
I'm on
Alright.
1 wound.
Is it not
Alright,
plus 1?
so-
Did you not say plus 1 per rank of chi?
No, that's for damage dice.
By
That's the damage dice.
All
If I'd
right.
done it cathartically, I could have forgoed the roll and just done 1 wound directly. But
All right, so you kick him, and Kenny, it's your turn, and it's Guan turn as well.
So what can I do to someone who's restrained?
She's just gonna try to pummel you with her fist again. She got a 7 on her attack roll.
My parry 7, so
All
I
right,
think that succeeds.
all right, but she does not breach your hardiness. You're still at 10, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, she does
So
the
she
thing where she
punches me on the
spins
face.
and comes
And-
down and hits you, and
You'll have to do better than that, woman.
I'm just checking. Is there I thought there were things I can do with grr. Okay.
oh, you can do a
So-
wound when you have somebody restrained. All you have to do is succeed on the initial roll again, and you can do a wound.
Oh, do another base
Mhm.
mundane attack?
Yep.
Okay. I was thinking I could try and pin him actually, but
Just do the wound.
we can always stabilize them afterwards.
yeah, sure, let's just wound him. I got an 8 and a 4, 8 at the highest. I don't know
That's
what
succeed.
this is against.
All right, that
Parry, probably.
yeah,
My
no,
parry
it gets-
7.
gets
so.
parry. So you wrap the rope around his neck, and you just pull it taut, and he just incapacitated.
Oh.
And she instructs the servants to bind him, and they begin tying him up. And She says, "Do you have any kind of sleeping potions or anything?"
I can probably get some from the apothecary, or a nearby pharmacy. Should be one. There should be one in my ship, right?
Oh yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
there's more than one.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
would definitely be here.
Well, I could run and
My unconscious voice will waft out with medicinal wine.
I'll shake my hand and say I'll run out and get some now.
Okay. She gives you a golden tail, and she says, "Get the best that you can get."
I'll nod and say I know how to make some if they don't have any, and it won't take long anyway.
I'll just keep the golden tail, you know.
And all right, so you go to the apothecary, and what do you want to try to buy?
Well, with my knowledge of poisons, I want to buy something which will keep a horse knocked out for a day.
Ketamine.
Basically.
Well,
Industrial strength tranquilizer.
okay, all right. He
Or the ingredients to make it myself if necessary.
no, he gives you a sleeping agent, and it's just like a powder in a pouch, and he says, "Just put this in his drink, and whoever you want will be out for at least 8 hours."
How much more do you have?
Well, I have a whole jar if you need a lot of it.
He's gonna OD me on this.
How much for the jar?
400 spades, but it'll last you a while.
I'm nodding and say, "I'll give me the whole jar, and I'll hand over 400 spades."
All right, he gives you the jar, and you pay for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, do you have any cyanide? I need you to fuck my supplies.
He says,
Can I just say, Kenny, you're being a very trusting buyer. You've got to try the product before you buy.
He says, "No, I don't sell anything like that here, sir."
How do I know your chloroform is legitimate, sir? Of course I'm on this rag so I can test it.
It does seem like legitimate stuff, right? Just double checking.
Yeah, it seems like legitimate stuff.
Yeah, I'll nod and say, "That's fine then," and I'll just dash out.
Okay.
I'm wearing like the 87 killer outfit, so I think asking for cyanide would not be a strange question to ask.
He wasn't mad at you. He just doesn't sell the cyanide, or lethal poisons of any kind. But you make it back to the Boris Drunken Sword residence.
Well, I'll ask to see Guan. Don't know where they've relocated the Drunken Sword. I'll hand back the golden tail actually, and hand over the jar of sleeping agent.
Okay. She says, "You're honest," and she says, "What are the instructions for this?"
Just mix it into a liquid and have him drink it.
She says, "You're the expert. Why don't you do it? I wouldn't want to make a mistake."
I'll nod and administer it.
Okay. Can you make
Kenny, you missed the perfect comedic timing. You could have just gone, "Are you sure?" Could be done of this, We can elope and...
I got a 10 at the highest on my performance.
Okay,
Poisoning
all right.
is an art.
All right, so he's going to be out for at least 8 hours. She says, "Take whatever servants you need. I'll get a wagon for him and get him to the physician and get him healed up, and
He keeps the jar and goes, "These are going to be very
fix
useful."
this problem."
I don't know. Which is there a physician you had in mind, or
As a matter of fact,
is it Seymour Howe?
probably not.
There's a man in Archer Village. He's a very good physician.
I hear he has a wife and 2 children.
Yeah.
What was that?
if you're gonna name our father.
Oh. Um,
No, your
no,
dad's
because she
not
needs
that
somebody
good.
who's like a skilled pressure point sort of person. Um, yeah, she says, Physician Z. He's in my tune.
Z.
Yeah, Z-I.
Okay.
She
I
says
think
he's
he
usually
means
who I go
Zed.
to.
And it's in my tune, so that's local, so that's fine.
And she says, just tell him that I sent you.
I'll nod and make preparations. Pile him on a wagon, tied up, and
All right. So, so you eventually come to a place called
By the way, did Yun Wan actually carry anything on his person? Like we
yeah,
dragged his corpse back, so
yeah. Why don't we deal with that really quickly before going forward?
Looting
We
of-
always forget to loot.
Yes, except in this time because I wanted to make sure to keep the body to show.
All right.
Our
So
mother.
Just take the head. Hey, Mum, I got you a gift.
Oh.
It's in this box. It's not a cake.
okay. So Kenny, he has quite a few things. I assume you may be looking at them as you're walking to the physicians.
Yeah.
You see 2 bottles that look like they contain poison. I'm sorry, 3 bottles that look like they contain poison. A gourd bottle with some pills in it, and a really elaborate golden box. And it feels like there's something inside of it.
Okay. So do the 3 gourds of poison look like the same poisons, just for my note-keeping purposes?
No, they're different kinds of poison, each of them.
Can I identify them? Or do you want to leave this for another time when I actually have time to sit
You
down?
probably
and
need
do
to
it?
sit down and like do all that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 3 types of
He's
poison.
walking down the street, dipping his finger into poisons, and just going.
One
Tastes like
one
anthrax.
one jar of pills.
Yep.
A golden box.
A golden box, and there's definitely something in there. It feels like it
Okay.
might be a frog or something, like a big frog.
Christ.
How can you tell that? Is it when you shake the box?
It just kind of has
rather
that
than-
like soft and squishy frog. That's the general weight and texture that you are sensing when you move the box, if that makes sense.
So when you like shimmy it around from side to side, it just goes.
Yeah, between the weight,
As
the
the
feel, and the
limp,
sound it
slimy
makes.
body flops against
Yeah.
the walls of a box.
He's not certain it's a frog. That's just the best guess he could probably muster.
It's a sea cucumber.
Cool. And how many doses do you think that jar of sleeping powder has? Just for my purposes.
You're not gonna run out unless you are doing this for 6 months or something.
Your pickle comment made me think it's a lunchbox.
What?
And you do eventually come to a sign that says Master G's Healing Services.
I'll bang on the door, knock on the door, and say, Master Z,
All right,
Physician Z, rather.
a man in sort of like really frayed black robes and almost like Zune style hair answers, and he looks at you, and he just kind of has like a really sort of intense stare. He says, "Can I help you?"
I feel like we've seen this guy before. He might have been the one who treated Drunken Sword's scalp.
You might have seen him before. Yeah, you might have met him before.
I'll just bow and go like, Physician Z, Lady Guanran has sent us here. It appears that the young master has undergone chi deviation.
He says, "Bring him in." All right. All right. He takes
roll
him.
him in. Yeah.
All right.
Do we need a transition to be inside of the hut or whatever?
I'm just trying to remember what the technique is that does this.
is it a 4-point touch or something? That's the one that realigns things.
No,
He's
it's-
going to continuously fail doing it cathartically and then get possessed with a cheese spirit.
There's a specific technique for this one. And I just want to make sure I got it right before I do this.
I'm guessing it's Nigong.
It's either Nigong or it's
Sure.
yeah, Dian Shu. Let's see here. All right. This will be important for future reference too.
Yes, in case Boris Drunken Sword fails 4 cathartic techniques in a row.
You can count on me.
Ah, there we go. It's Purge Spirit for future reference.
Spirit.
All right. All right, so this takes several hours. But he sits down and he starts meditating, and he channels his chi energy into Boris Drunken Sword's body. All right, and over the course of the next several hours, Boris Drunken Sword, you are purged of your affliction. This thing is no longer possessing you, and your imbalance rating is restored to normal.
Woo! Oh,
I get some rest for 12 hours. Okay.
oh, it was horrible. I had this crazy dream, and you were there, and you were there. And I point at physician Z, and I go, "You weren't there," you know. And I had like ambitions. It was horrible.
He looks at you and he says, 2,000 spades.
I'll hand over 2 towels and go, here, sir.
He nods.
Silver tails. You don't hand him a gold tail.
No, I gave the gold towel back to Guanwan already.
He
Okay.
says, do you need any other services?
Not at that price. I don't get up and dust myself up, and I go, right, I need to go and get a drink.
Okay.
Would you wake up right now? Like I guess it's 8 hours. So,
Yeah, this was hours. You guys were sitting
yeah,
there
so-
watching him perform this technique, and I mean, you're probably groggy, but you feel pretty normal. In
it's
fact,
probably getting to nighttime now, so it's almost time for bed, anyways.
Did we kill that Yun One fella?
I'll nod and say we killed you in one, but the disciple got away, and then you got possessed by a chi spirit.
Ah, right. Is the wife mad about the hole in the wall?
We had other concerns. I'm sure you'll have a nice chat with her when we get back.
Oh, shit. I definitely need more wine then. We'll start heading back to the manor.
okay, all right. You make it back to the manor, and it is late at night, and your wife is already in bed.
As I go into the dining room to get myself some wine, I go, "Who the fuck blasted a hole in the wall?"
That'll
God
be you,
damn
sir. That'll be you, sir. And I think your wife might want to make you pay for it.
Hole it is artistic even.
You should get some rest. We have business to attend to tomorrow.
Wait. Did I do that when I was possessed by the cheese spirit? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We'll say that he did the other hole in the wall as well.
I'll nod and say, sure.
Nice one. I know I can always count on you, Wuji.
I just look at Dalfang and just shake my head.
I'll head off to my wife's room to bed.
All right. Does everybody go to sleep, or do you guys do anything?
I'm gonna examine the goods. I'm also probably gonna like dispose of the body. I guess chop the head off and wrap it in cloth like they do in the movies.
Okay, all right. You wanna make a point with the head? Uh,
I don't know. I'll wrap it in cloth so that I can like carry it back to Dalshu to show my mother that this is the person I've killed. That is this.
okay. I'm sure that the constable can help you deal with the body. Um, all right. But you wanted to go over the other belongings? Was that
Yeah.
all right? So can you make some poison rolls just to identify things?
Does composition come into play or just poison?
No, just regular poison. Give me 3 rolls.
A 10, a 5, 8.
All right, you can't. One of them you're having trouble identifying, but you have fire poison and silk thread venom.
So venom. Cool. So I actually have 6 doses of fire poison. Was that 1 dose of fire poison you said?
No, there's about 4 doses in each of these bottles.
So I have 9 doses of fire poison, which I've not used yet now, basically, because I remember I had fire poison from something else.
You made some, and I was like, you should sell it.
And then 1 dose, it's 4 doses of silkworm venom. What's it called again?
Silk thread venom.
And I have 1 unidentified bottle. How about the jar of pills?
Yeah, the pills. Can you make another roll?
Poison or medicine?
Either or. I think poison's probably more relevant, but
10.
all right. So
It's
you suspect
ecstasy.
this is the silk thread antidote, you believe?
Ah. 1 jar of silkthread antidote. And then can I like get some gloves like before I open the golden box?
Yeah, you can get. You probably only like lady gloves in the. Well, I don't know. I guess it would be gloves for men in the residence too. You're a pretty upscale family. So.
If I have a gardener, then like gardener's gloves, maybe. I don't know. Maybe,
Well, I thought
maybe
you
that's not a
wanted
thing
something more. Okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
you can find gloves, and you.
I just want to use it to open the box just to avoid direct contact with whatever's inside.
All right. There's actually a heart in there, and it's beating.
Oh, that's creepy.
You got
And I know
Davy Jones'
enough-
locker, son.
And Yun Wan has his heart, has his own heart. Right? Like it wasn't. It didn't
As far as
have
you
a.
know, yeah.
And I know enough about Yao to know that their hearts should be kept by the Demon Emperor.
You probably don't
And-
know that. You probably don't. Well, I don't know what information, what skills do you
It's
have
hard.
like that would be relevant.
It just depends on
Disciples.
what. It just depends on what information Hellburning Sword / Boyish Drunken Sword would have talked about when we've encountered those Yao.
I don't remember that specifically coming up.
Okay.
We said
So
their
it's a
hearts
beating.
were
It's a
removed.
beating heart.
Yeah, you do know. Okay, you do know their hearts are removed. You do know that their hearts are removed.
Yeah, I think that came up in the conversation. It's like Hellburning Sword was like Demon Emperor takes out their hearts and then, they're under control and shit. Either way, try stabbing my heart. Yeah.
What can I do with a Yao heart? I can't think of anything interesting. So for now,
Toilet, mash it, put in a stew.
slice it up and serve it. Serve it
Yeah.
with alcohol. Just be like, if you are, oh yeah, hey boss, I got some snacks for your alcohol. Just like serve slices of pan fried garlic Yao heart.
Some demons eat
Oh.
hearts.
I'll keep the box for now, and
I'm not playing Red Mantis this session, so no Demon Heart eating.
I'll keep the heart for now.
Okay. And do you go to bed after that?
Yeah.
I just want to interject. I really like the story of the Yao disciple boy coming to take revenge on me in the future because I, disparaged his master's cock size. It's not the whole "you killed my master" thing or anything like that. It's like, you killed my master and burned his body away before I could prove he actually had a big cock.
So morning comes, and what do you guys want to do?
I want to. Well, I recover 4 wounds, which puts me on 4 wounds.
Oh yeah, recovery.
Yeah, you guys would have recovered as well.
I want to get away from here.
What's the imbalance recovery, or do you need to specifically meditate?
You need to
You
meditate.
need to meditate.
for that. And it's just certain, like every hour you recover a certain amount.
I think it's 4 minutes.
Oh, in that case,
I think
what's the TN to recover then?
There is no TN. You just have to meditate, and you don't have to run.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. So I just recover enough. So.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Okay.
I like early in the morning, I want to disturb them and be like, guys, we gotta get out of here before the missus wakes up, The holes in the walls and stuff. Gotta get out of here. We should go to Downshire, tell your mum the good news.
I'll nod and say, there's also something we must do for Sima Hao, return to repay a favor.
Yeah, no problem. We should just get out of the manor,
Sweet! Let's go!
Wakes up and looks at all the broken walls.
All right, so you want to head over to Daoju?
Yeah, are we going to Daoju first, or are we doing his thing to Sima Hao? Is that in my tune?
That's in Daoshu.
That's in Daoshu.
They,
Cool.
they should be passing through Daoshu and Tonglong.
Yeah. So as we get to the gate, I'll be like, "Bye, wife, love you lots, bye, bye. Run.
All right.
This way I don't have to pay for the walls."
It's the 9th of the Elephant Moon.
It's what?
9th of the Elephant Moon.
9th of the Elephant Moon. All right. Can somebody give me a survival roll to get to Daoju?
I'd be happy to. I've got survival, wilderness, 2 ranks, and also the handy pip for survival expertise travel. So 3d10. We're getting up in the world, boys.
And in,
Oh, I got a 10.
Along the way, could I do some keep an eye out for possible poisonous herbs and stuff as well?
yeah, can you make a medicine roll on the way? And I'm sorry, what did you get on the roll, Elliot?
10.
10. All right, so you guys make it to Daoju, easy.
Can I
looking
use?
for ingredients was a poison or a wilderness?
I've got survival wilderness with foraging.
Okay, why don't you do that then?
I got 5 at the highest, so.
No, it's not a very good day.
Probably
And,
average.
These stinging nettles or poison ivy? I don't know. I can't feel any nettles. Maybe I should try it.
And what's everybody's empathy?
1d10.
0.
What did you have, Steven?
0.
All right.
I am the most emphatic.
All right. So Kenny and Boris Drunken Sword, you guys both kind of get a weird vibe when you walk into the village. You see there are people in the tea fields, and the moment they see you guys, they sort of look at you, and there's a combination of fear and disgust in their eyes.
I'll walk in with pride at that. I'll be like a pig in shit. I'm in my natural element. I'm a snowball rolling down an avalanche. No, I'll be going in hey, yeah, I'm back, kind of. Whoa. You
And-
probably saw a bit too much of me last time.
We'll go to the apothecary.
Okay.
Not as much
As
as we
we
saw
go
that
in.
master.
As we go in, I'll just go, you heard it from me, you won. Tiny
All
win.
right, your father and mother are there.
And I'll put the head of your wine on the table and unwrap it cinematically.
I'll go,
with
Auntie,
different camera
Auntie,
angles.
is there any wine in the garden?
She motions for you to walk into the garden.
I rush ahead.
Okay. There's like one of those really big wine vessels, like the clay pot wine vessels.
Yeah, I'll run up to it and hug it and then crack it open and start like scooping wine into my mouth.
It's so big, it's almost like you could bathe in it. It's that level of.
Yeah, like I'm leant over it, my
Pick up
my
ideas.
lips just mere like millimeters above it, just shoveling wine into my mouth. Oh yeah.
She nods and she says, "Very good. This is very good."
And I'll say, on the way in, we saw that everyone was looking at us strangely. Did anything happen?
She says, "I think that the villagers are distrustful of us now and afraid."
Just is this because of a dick incident? Because
She says, I think somebody has been spreading rumors in the village. I don't think
I
this
wonder
stems
who.
entirely from the
your
one.
fucking friend.
No, Wuji's friend.
Fucking
Yeah.
Scholar hard.
His
He's
friend.
your friend, technically your friend as well, just not as you drifted apart more than we did. I put out the golden box as well, and say, what your mum was also carrying this, and I'll open it a bit to show her the beating heart.
She draws a sword and she goes to stab the heart. Do you want to do anything?
No, I'm just gonna let her do her thing.
All right, she stabs the heart. And she says, "That is one less Yao for us to deal with."
Now we have canon knowledge on stabbing their hearts will kill the Right. So that was the Yao heart.
She nods.
Was it possible that it was one his disciple? He had someone next to him who was pretty skilled at martial arts, and when we cut him, he started bleeding blue aura.
She says it could be him. This is certainly a possibility. And she also says, "How many who do you think might know about my identity?"
Nobody.
I'll
One
say-
didn't know the identity. He just knew you had killed Silver Chrysanthemum.
I was well. Did
Brother
I
Seven.
can't remember if Scholar Han actually said anything asking about Saffron Tigress as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't
think
catch
he
that,
did.
Kenny.
I don't remember if Scholar Han asked about Saffron Tigress as well.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Okay.
It's just the three of us and Brother Seven that we're aware of that know of our mother's identity.
So Chrysanthemum is dead, but she didn't know, and nobody else knew at the time.
Your mom's
Your mom's dead.
dead. His Yao is now dead.
We don't know if that is his Yao or a different
Assume
Yao.
so.
It's safe to assume, but at the same time, plot twist. It was a different one.
Plot twist, he was the Yao.
She says, "Well,
Iron God Mung knows.
we'll do what we can, but keep your eyes open. See if this information spreads." She says, "I have no intention of leaving Fanshu if that happens, but I want to know."
Would it not be safer to leave?
She says, "This is my home." She says, I will not leave." She says, "The Demon Emperor, the Glorious Emperor has not driven me out. I am not one of those cowards hiding in the banyan."
I'll nod and say, very well then. As long as you wish to remain, then I shall defend our home.
And she says, "You were a good son, But what? Any other news?"
Oh no, Mum! I just killed your mortal enemy. Blah blah blah. Can't get a single bit of praise.
She said good job, right? Didn't she say? And she called him a good son. She's
should be
heaping
rubbing
praise
his
on him.
Well,
He's
you get to
probably
steal all
getting
that set from me.
spoiled.
I did all the work.
Well, we had nothing else we wanted to do, did we? I'll just shake my head and say we also have some business that will be hanging around in Dalshu for a few days. Have you seen just in case? Have you seen any or heard of any Kailin? A group of Kailin traveling through here recently.
Yes, they passed through this morning. They were almost as bad as your friend the other day.
Wounded?
No, they were almost as disruptive to the community. They caused a bit of a ruckus at the Rowfish Inn.
I'll nod and say then I must chase and catch up with them. We have business with them.
She nods. She says, "When you return, be sure to train your fly whisk technique with me." And she goes into the courtyard and says to Boris Drunken Sword, "It's time for you to leave."
At this point, right, my legs will be on the top of the gourd, kind of like hugging it, with my arms holding onto the rim of it, whilst my torso is lowered into the actual gourd, with me dunking my head under the wine to drink more of it.
She says, "It's time for you to go. I will refill your wine vessel while you are away."
Oh, you're the best. So glad we found out who you were. Since then, you've just been lovely.
She nods. Politely. She nods politely.
My wife can learn a thing or two from you. Like keeping a big jar of wine stocked up back home. Where do you get this from?
She says, "We got it from Tungon."
That's my next mission. I think.
She says, "Speaking of which, my son is waiting for you."
Right. No problem. I walk in.
I'll just say, boss, we need to hurry and catch up with the group that I was supposed to find.
Oh, right. How come?
They just passed through. Yes. Let's go,
Oh,
and
cool.
I'll pull them out.
Okay, so you're gonna head out,
Yeah.
and where are you gonna go?
Well, after the troop that caused trouble, maybe quickly stop at Rowfish Inn to ask the gossip about them.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna go to the Rowfish Inn. You go in there, and there are some patrons there, and is one not? No, it was Tyler's character who was related to the Rowfish Inn people, right? You're not related to them. All right. So you go in, and everybody kind of stops when you walk in, and just sort of looks down, and you can hear people speaking quietly to each other.
Mm-hmm. I'll set a table and ask for the proprietress.
All right.
This is why I like this place. Anytime we come in, it just turns into awe reverence.
The Mrs. Bond walks up to you and she says, "What can I get for you?"
Can we get some some steamed buns and whatever and takeaway food they have in these inns?
Yeah, she brings you a plate of steamed buns and dongpo tofu, and
that we can just wrap up and take with us.
she'll put it in a basket, some kind of layered basket for you, and
I'll lower my voice and ask, Well, I guess like because she like we're quite familiar with her. I'd say, Sister Barn, what's going on? Why is everybody so wary of us suddenly?
She says people have been talking about you. They say that you guys have changed considerably since joining that 87 Killers organization.
I haven't.
It's in the fucking name.
I yell out indignantly. I haven't.
She
Yes,
says,
boss, you'll never change. We know that much already.
Yeah, but they say that you might have murdered somebody, an innocent woman.
What? I mean, who?
I don't know who. I've only heard bits and pieces of the rumor. But they said that you're saying pretty bad things about
Listen, the only woman that we killed is a bitch who poisoned me. You know, and I would have died otherwise.
you. She walks over. She says, "Who poisoned you?"
Oh, some silver lily person or something.
And she pours you a glass of wine.
This isn't poison, is it?
She says, "Of course not. I'm just interested in your story. Can you tell me more?"
I mean, what are you being so inquisitive about? I told you, this bitch poisoned me. And she was like,
Just
you
shaking
just
my
drank
head at
silk and thread venom. And
I just sort of pat Drunken Sword on the shoulder to stop him and say, well, basically, someone gifted the boss a jug of poisoned wine, and you know the boss, he likes his wine, so he drank it
I'm
without.
sniffing the wine at this point and like taking a few little sips. Doesn't seem poison.
And when we found out that the wine was poisoned, we tried to. Well, he tried to get the antidote, but the woman refused to give the antidote until we handed over a certain item. At which point a fight broke out, and she refused to yield, and she died in the fight.
Well, it sounds to me like you did what you had to do, but like I said, the rumors are,
I'm just gonna keep making stuff. Oh, she was a beautiful lady. I'm sure she had a share of admirers.
I'm gonna pick myself up, walk over to another person's table, and like who's got some food on it, and I'll just walk up and grab some of the food. They go, I'm a woman killer.
They kind of like jump back and look like they
This
fully
is excellent. I'll just snatch off another table a like glass of wine or something and just walk out whilst drinking it.
I mean, people are afraid of you. You might as well be like a Lady 87 herself.
Bandit group.
Well, it's just you're this is a small village, and so
I'll just laugh and say we haven't changed much. As long as you don't try to poison us, I guarantee nothing happens to anybody in the village.
Oh, she says I would never try to poison you. I'm not that kind of person.
No, this is just the other people. There are some people who don't know their place and think that they can achieve honor and glory by poisoning. I'll just say,
place, your friend lost his eye.
Nephew.
oh yeah, your nephew had an incident.
That's right, nephew.
Yes, I know of this.
Yeah, that was because of poison too. It's nasty business.
She says,
I roll
well,
my eyes.
It sounds like you guys know what you're doing. So, I hope that you don't run into any further trouble.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
No, she wasn't saying it as a
Excellent.
threat. She was.
I nod and say, well, either way, it's a living. By the way, what happened this morning? I heard there was a ruckus caused by some Kylin people.
Oh,
Wait, what?
those Kylin. They were awful. They came in and they were insulting all of the people, and
Those bastards.
they gave somebody a black eye. It was
Oh,
very
no
difficult.
manner. Somebody
They were
should
very
teach them a
rude.
lesson. They shouldn't be making, hasty moves on my turf.
His name was Jungsai. Jungsai was the man's name, and he had a group of Kylin with him. 10 men, I think.
You hear this, Wooty? this guy's not been respecting me in the place where I'm the boss. You know, like I'm the boss. So we should beat these guys' asses in.
Was there a woman there as well? I'll ask her.
I didn't see a woman. I just saw a man and what looked like to be his retinue of soldiers or followers.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. I can kill women.
But they
I'll
had a
just
bundle
say,
with
well,
them. They had a bundle with them that they were taking special care of.
I'll nod and say, well, I should go teach these people a lesson anyway for disrupting the peace in my village. And
Yeah. Only I
just
get to disrupt the peace.
I'll just take the food hamper and go. How much do we owe you?
Oh, just 10 spades.
I'll nod and pay. And be like, we'll see you again next time we're in town, and leave.
And just so you know, she gave you a considerable discount,
Yeah.
based on your knowledge. Can you get? So you're gonna go chase after the Kailin?
Yeah.
Can I get a survival roll?
How drunk are you after that fucking human-sized gourd of wine?
Well, I didn't drink it all.
Yeah, obviously you can't fit that much liquid in you physically.
Yeah. But I'd say at least 1d10.
All right, so I'll take over.
I'll still have 2d10.
Remember, Elliot's got the expertise in travel.
Yeah,
I'll
but
still have-
he's got minus 1d10, so he's at 2d10 still. So we're both even. So you can go for it, Elliot.
Okay. Let's see where these assholes got to. I got a 9 and a 9, so 9 at the highest.
All right, so you find clear tracks, and you know they're going on a main road, so it's not that all difficult. And you follow them, and midway between Tungon and Daoju, you see a group of Kailin just walking. About 11 of them.
So remind me again. So Kailin is the India analog?
No, they're sort of like the
the Jin.
Yeah, they're like the Jin. They're like
Okay.
they're sort of in the Mongolian region. They're sort of a Western horse riding, semi-nomadic people.
Sort of like
And the Kailin the Kailin tend to braid their hair.
Okay.
Don't worry, you guys hang back. I'll go in there and use my new technique.
Okay.
Cool. I'll just start walking up, drinking some more wine on my way.
All right. You just like walk up to them casually, like you want to speak, or you walk up like. Ready
I'll
to
walk
kill
up casually at first, but then when I get within about 10 feet, I'll draw my sword
All right.
into my sword stance and start yelling belligerent stuff at them.
All right. The biggest one is dressed in heavy furs, and he turns around and he's got a saber, and he says, who are you? Why? What? We have done nothing to offend you.
My name's Boris Drunken Sword, and you just been through my village. I'm the boss back there. They're all afraid of me, not you, so you guys are all just gonna have to die. And then I'll just use a sword whipping strike.
Okay. Do you want? He tries to say something. Do you let him, or do you?
No, I'll just go straight in with the sword whipping
Okay,
strike.
Make a speed roll.
I'm belligerent. Sure thing.
No, that's fine.
I'll make a speed roll as well so I can jump in.
But I'm an envoy from Longmar Hall. I got a 9 at the highest, so 12 with my sword stance.
I got an 8.
I got 10.
Nice.
All right, Elliot, you go first. The Kailin
Okay,
are all
I'll
kind of
try-
getting into formation here.
I'll try cathartic sword whipping strike, which is you whirl your blade in a whipping motion above your head. Blah blah blah. Roll against up to 30 targets. It would be
You can hit 'em all.
within a 40-foot area, doing 3d10 open damage to each of them.
You can hit them all.
Yeah, I presumed as much. So it's any melee against parry. So that's 5d10, and I got a 10. So it refunds its imbalance as well. Nice. So does that add a damage die to the open damage?
Yes, but I got one of them might be able to whirling dodge this, so just let me
That's cool.
give him a roll on that. So the leader whirling dodges,
Okay.
but the other guys, they all get hit.
Okay, so they're all subject to 40-10 open damage.
I'll just shout out, don't kill them.
Don't. Okay, I got a 6, an 8, a 2, and a 10.
6 and 8, a 2 and a 10.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say open damage?
Open damage.
All right, so that's all right.
So that could potentially be 4 wounds, I think.
Yeah, that's it. So, do you want to kill these guys?
If he manages to yell out, don't kill them in time, then sure, I'll just drop them to unconscious. Otherwise, I probably would have killed them all.
Okay, so you just kill them then.
Okay,
They
so
just
he doesn't
don't
manage
come
to do it in time.
Yep. And Steve, it's your turn.
Hey guys, look at my new technique. It's cool, huh?
So just the guy in the heavy furs is remaining.
Is it a
Okay,
guy, by the way?
Huh?
Just making sure it is a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's a guy.
Let's go for storming daggers. I'll just use normally.
Kenny, do you at this point?
I got an 8 on the attack.
All right.
That's
so let me just see
against
if he.
evade.
All right, he whirling dodges it.
Okay.
Are you saying it?
I said at that point, do you yell, don't kill him?
Yes. Well, I already yelled it out to you. You didn't hear. You didn't manage to stop yourself in time. But I imagine Dalphone being close by to me would have heard it.
Kenny, it's your turn.
Yeah, cathartic rain of arrows on him. So I fire 7 arrows at him again. Not again, but 7 arrows at this guy. 10 on the attack roll.
All right. So that's gonna hit. Let me just see if he dodges it. He does not.
Roll damage once.
What are you attacking with?
So, rain of arrows.
Okay.
So I'm shooting 7 arrows at him. So, yes, add 1d10 to the damage roll.
Okay.
So 4d10. Ugh. I got a 10 on the damage roll.
Okay, so that's definitely gonna do damage, and it's gonna do
So
an extra
that would
wound.
be 7 plus 1 extra wound then.
Do you want to kill him?
No.
All right, so you just want to wound him until he's incapacitated.
Yes.
All right, so he drops from the arrows, and he says, "What did we do to you?"
I'll just walk up and ask, where's Borga?
Borga, I cannot reveal this information to you. Why do you need to see Borga?
Who the fuck is Borga? Hold on, let me see. A woman named Borga. Okay.
Hey guys, did you see how cool my technique was?
I just nod at Drunken Sword and say, I can't tell you why to see Borga, but it's either that or I will. I don't know. Who is Borga to you?
Borga is my leader.
I'll just shrug it and say, well, we have a grudge with Borga now, so would you like to die or would you like to be kept alive? What's your preference?
He sort of looks at all of you, and he says, "I want to live. There must be another pathway between these two that you've selected. I'm sure I can be useful to you. I just can't betray my leader. Not directly."
Well, not directly.
I'm confused. Weren't we here to kill that guy?
Do I want to kill him? Like, how evil is my character? I don't know at this point in time. Just a moral dilemma. I don't know. Do we want to keep a guy around? It's like we have no reason to keep him around, but we have also no reason to let him go.
He says, I have no quarrel with you. He looks at his men. He says, this can be forgiven. This is not insurmountable between us. You seem capable men. What if I tell Borga about you and try to arrange a meeting?
Fuck it. You know what? I think we don't have enough grudges yet, so I'm just gonna say, I'll just shake my head and say it's fine. I'll just pick up the parcel, the bundle.
Okay. Oh, it's and actually it's a like a small chest.
I'll just pick up the bundle and say, do what you will, and I'll look at the boss and say, let's go, boss.
Wait, we not killing this guy?
He says, you are very merciful.
I'm like stood nearby him looking at my sword, waiting for him to say.
I'll just say, I had no reason to kill you. I just didn't shout quick enough to warn my companion here.
You
got money on you?
Of course we have money. And he points at one of his men's pouches.
Cool. Alright, see you later.
You just take the pouch and go.
Yeah, I just take the pouches and go.
Alright, there's 10 silver taels in there.
Nice! I'll look at the money, and I'll look at Dalfang and Wuji. I'll look at the money, and I'm like, I did kill him, but like...
I'll just say I don't need any of the money.
No, I can't be stingy as your boss. Here, you guys have earned it, and I pass you each a silver tael.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one place. I know you like your prostitutes, Dalfang.
What's everybody's detect roll, by the way?
1d10. No, 2d10.
2d10.
2 flat, 3 second
one
hearing.
degree, so it's currently 1d10.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna go to
Going back to Dalsha, I think.
no, Tonglan.
No, we're just going to go straight on to Tongon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Briefly, and then we'll turn back. Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna take the chest and the pouch, and you're gonna go to Tungon.
I
Yep.
guess so.
All right. Okay. So you guys don't need to make another survival roll because that was 1 day of travel. So you guys make it to Tungon, and they do not stop you at the gates on your way through.
And I'll just take the chest and be like, you guys get some tea at the tea house, and I'll be back with you shortly, and I'll go try to find the. Oh, we probably need an inn to stay for the night as well. Actually, you guys find the inn.
Why don't
first,
you just
and
stay at the Golden Way?
Is that your mung around?
There's the Golden Way and there's the Oxtail. Those are like the big places to go.
The Golden Way is run by Angad Mung, whom should return back now.
Yeah, we can go speak with go to see if we can intrude on Iron God Man.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Besides, he's affiliated with you guys' mums, so, he should treat you with respect and stuff, you know.
So okay, what do you?
I'm gonna go find Sima Hao while they go to find Iron God Mon, I guess.
I meant the Lucky Mountain before. That's one.
Okay, all right. So you're going to the Lucky Mountain, and all right. So you go to Sema House.
Yeah.
All right. So he's in there. You know, it's a small apothecary shop. He stands.
I'll toss over the chest and go. Is this what you were looking for?
He opens it and looks inside. And he nods, and he says, "What was our arrangement again?"
I had to do something for him.
You have to do that for him
I had to do that for him.
in exchange for the antidote or poison or whatever that he
No,
gave you
good.
before.
Yeah, and he also gave me some the Chishao's 5 dragon venom.
He says, "Well, you've performed your task as was requested, so I think that our ties are at an end, unless you have further need of my services."
Do you have a poison that can make people less belligerent?
So for the fly whisk stuff, I kind of want Neigong, right?
Yeah.
Do I trust Sima Hao? Yeah, sure. Fuck it, why not? I'll ask. I'll say. I hear you are a very accomplished physician.
He says, "This is true."
Would it be rude if I asked you to realign my martial disciplines? Is that what they say? My martial arts?
He probably said, "Can you, adjust my meridians or something like that?" But yeah, he says, "This is
Can
an
you
involved
rewind me,
procedure,
Bush?
but I can do it."
It's the what, sorry?
He says, "It's an involved procedure, but I can do it."
I'll nod and say, if you'll do that for me, then I owe you another favor.
He says,
Oh, give it
"Very
deeper
well, I
into
like
fucking
being owed
debt.
favors."
What was that, sorry?
He says, "No." He says, "I like being owed favors." He says, "Please," and he motions for you to lay down, and he is going to perform the technique on you. Let's just see here. This is one that comes up very rarely.
This is the 4-point touch.
I think so.
Yeah. I had it before.
All right.
On Snifflechun. The best character that was ever created in this game.
All right. So how do you want to be changed, Kenny? Explain to him what you want.
I think probably just take a rank off Qinggong and put it into Neigong.
All right. Okay, so it takes him a little while, and he's basically adjusting your key flow with needles, and acupuncture basically, and he improves the flow of internal energy in your body so that you're able to generate more qi, and he raises. And you said you wanted your Nigong raised by 1 and your Qinggong lowered by 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's able to do that for you.
Excellent. When we're done, I'll just thank him and say, well, you know how to find me.
He says, "Do I? What's the best way for me to communicate with you so that I'm not disruptive?"
By email.
Send me a text message, or if this was Shan Shai, he send me a flying sword with an imprint of your divine sense. I'll just say, just send the message to Boris Drunken Sword's residence in my turn.
He nods.
Obviously, don't mention anything you don't want anybody else to find out of.
No, of course not. And he says, I'll probably call on you within the next month.
I'll nod and say it would be ideal if you didn't find time critical stuff. I'm just saying, but sometimes I'm on mission for the 87 killers, and I don't have the free time to always be whatever at your beck and call. But as long as it's reasonable, I'll do whatever you ask.
He nods.
I'll leave and go to the Golden Mountain.
All right. The
Lucky Mountain.
Lucky Mountain.
All right. So
Mountain.
You guys are all at the Lucky Mountain. You guys get in a little bit before him. What do you want to do when you're there?
I'm going to go up to a random gambling table
Okay.
and just 50 spades down somewhere on it.
Okay.
And I want to go speak to Flying Godman.
All right. So you're just gambling, Elliot?
I'm just going to put down one bet of 50 spades on like one point of any kind of place where you can place a bet.
All right. Do you have
Just
talent
randomly.
gambling?
I don't know.
All right.
Things are talent.
Roll 2d10 and take the lowest.
I got a 4 at the lowest.
All right. So you end up losing your money, but you didn't spend that much. So, do you have any particular aim with this, or you just kind of?
No, I was just doing it whilst we were wasting time waiting for Wuji to arrive.
Okay. All right. So you see Wuji, going in the direction of Iron God Mung.
I'll follow him. Hey, hold up! Wait a second.
All right. And what's everybody's detect again?
2d10
sight and hearing.
2d10.
I'm probably still a bit drunk.
You said 3d10 sight and hearing, Stephen?
Yeah, 2d10 for the others.
Okay. All right, Stephen, you
Case
remember
as well.
that disciple that ran away?
Yep.
You see him sitting at a table with a bunch of men gambling and drinking. One of them looks like a beggar or something.
I'm going to try and kind of sneakily kind of get close enough to them to be able to hear what they're saying, but not be seen.
Okay. They're kind of
Got an
talking...
8 in stealth.
What's your stealth again?
8.
All right. So, I mean, you sort of sneak on over, but the guy who looks a little bit like a beggar and is clearly really drunk sort of looks up at you like he sees you, and he just stares at you.
I will just go towards a gamble. Wait, whereabouts is this? Is there any gambling tables nearby?
It's like a partition little area where they're just kind of hanging out in the outer rim of the first floor.
Okay, I'll just continue walking on as opposed to doing something else. So either going to a gambling table or going to the bar or
Okay.
whatnot. If I notice him noticing me.
Okay, then he goes back to talking to his friends.
And afterwards, I guess I'll just head back towards Boris Drunken Sword and be like, hey, your man's disciple's over there.
What?
I go to him again. Yunwan's disciple is over there. Don't look. He'll notice you.
Okay. I mean, shouldn't we just go over there and kill him?
I don't think we should be causing trouble in Iron God Mung's territory. It's
You
disrespect.
wait here and keep an eye on him. We'll talk to Iron God Mung and say, hey, help us kill this Yao.
Well, we don't know. Well, we don't know if he's a Yao. 'cause
Either way, he's a
stabbing
bad
the heart
guy.
didn't count.
No problem. We'll just tell him we need to kill this guy. Let us go wild. You just keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't run away.
What we said was,
That's what
okay,
I like
wait,
to
wait.
hear.
can I go to a position like where I can keep an eye on them, but like not be close to them?
Yeah, like you want to hang out on the first floor somewhere from a distance and just kind of observe them.
Yeah,
Okay, you can do that. You want to do that when they're going to Iron God Mung?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll tell you what you see, and you can tell me if you want to do anything.
Yeah.
You see them using Celestial Plume and inviting over hookers. You get jealous. Oh, I want to be at the party.
So you guys go up to Iron God Mung's area, and you sort of know the drill, and he he greets you, and he says how is Saffron Tigress?
Arnie's fine.
What did you say?
I said, Auntie's fine.
Oh, okay. He says good.
Yeah. In fact, we killed Yun Wan.
He says, well, this is good news. I am pleased to hear this.
I'll tell you what's better news. He had a disciple and he got away. But I mean, that's not the good news. The good news is the disciple's here now, downstairs in your gambling hall, and we can totally go and kill him.
He
I
stands
just say,
up.
he said that he's with some other people at the moment. I don't know what their ties are. If your mind does indeed have like ties with the glorious emperor, then we won't want to cause trouble at Lucky Mountain.
He says, I want to go see this disciple.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like a balcony thing we can look over the first floor from?
Yeah, but that's not really his style. He's kind of more of a, I'm going to march right over and go see what this is
I
about.
like this, so I like follow along with him, and I'm like, also, can we possibly like have a room to stay for the night? Because
He says, always, of course, don't even ask. You always have rooms here.
Good guy. This guy, am I right?
And he leads the way downstairs. I'm assuming you guys go with him unless you want to be left in the dust. And he marches down, and and you guys can see that the retinue is gone, and it's just the disciple there, and he's just kind of sitting in the chair, and but he's just kind of staring vacantly off ahead of him.
As we approach, I'd like to just kind of like call it out. All the yells in the house, ew! And then just look around and see if there's anybody else going, ew!
Nobody responds to that at all.
Okay.
People just look at you like you're a madman. But
I'm used to it.
But I think he's dead.
Ah. Hey, Dalfang, what happened?
His friends left. You told me just to stay watching him. He hasn't moved.
Where does it go?
You saw them go out the front door.
Yeah, just kind of pointing towards the front door.
Well, they should obviously track him. Check what's on his body.
Okay, I searched his body.
He's
Yeah.
missing a heart.
He's what? Oh,
I said
well,
he's
he's definitely
missing
missing a heart. There's definitely like a wound on his chest, but otherwise he has no belongings or anything except for that staff of his, which is leaning against the chair.
Could I check if
How long?
is he actually like? Do Yao have signs of life when they're
You don't know.
alive?
You've never treated
Yeah.
a Yao before.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a general check just to see how long he's like been sitting here? Like body's possibly decomposed or something, or muscle atrophy, you know?
Can I check if it's in rigged to explode in a cloud of poison?
If what?
if it's rigged to explode in the cloud of poison.
You can check.
I'll just check his general body condition. Can I do that?
Yeah, make a medicine.
Check for
roll.
signs of poison on him. I got 9 at the highest.
I mean, you feel like he's probably been sitting here for at least a day.
Was he talking when? Oh, I wouldn't have seen, I guess.
No, I mean, but Dao Feng was watching the whole time, and no, Dao Feng never saw any evidence of him contributing to the conversation.
Just prepositioning my point of view here. Alright.
We killed him there.
Yao came here to discuss with his companions and shit. His heart got stabbed. He died. And they're like, okay, let's just wait here and see if anybody turns up. I mean, he turned up and they're like, okay, let's split. Either way, we should follow them. So I'll go to the doorway.
Yeah, we should probably follow them and see what they're up to.
Okay. All right. So you go. Iron God Mung says, "I'm gonna keep an eye here as you guys head out." He says, "Shout if you need any help."
Of course, I'm good at shouting.
And he calls his men over to sort of get rid of the body. And what do you do when you go out into the street?
I'm gonna try tracking. So I understand there's obviously going to be a lot of footfall and stuff. But by tracking in that sense, I mean asking people around, like if they've seen anybody fitting descriptions.
Okay, so you ask somebody when you get out there, describe them, because they were pretty easy to describe.
Distinctive.
And, yeah, he goes, "Oh, I saw them go into the oxtail right across the street there.
Thank
Just
you.
missed them."
No worries. We'll just go to the oxtail.
All right, so you go to the oxtail. Do you just walk in?
I'll walk in and I'll go, "All my owls in my house, go away!" And I'll look around expectantly.
The guy that you saw talking to him, the lead sort of beggar-looking guy, just starts laughing, and he says, "Good, have a drink, come over," and he's got he's a group of like 8 guys at a table, and this is a big place. The Oxtail is like a really rowdy big place.
I'll walk up to him jovially, and I'll go, "This guy gets it." Does he have like drinks laid out already?
He slides over a vessel of like a sealed vessel of sorghum wine.
Excellent. I'll uncork it and I'll go, wow, this smells good. How did a beggar like you get such good wine? And I'll just lean forwards and yam it into his kind of like mouth. You gonna try to poison me, you bastard?
All right, you want to try to poison him? Hold on 1 second.
No, he's asking if he's trying to poison him.
But I'm
no, but he's trying to jam it in his mouth, right?
Yeah, I'm jamming it into his mouth. I suspect that this is poison wine, and so I'm trying to preemptively get him.
All right, so can you make an attack roll for that?
Sure thing. What would that be on? My medium melee or?
It's the wine jug.
Weapon bonus.
Light melee or whatever melee is appropriate. You could even do it with an arm
I've
strike.
only got medium melee. So.
Okay, you can. That's fine for this particular instance.
I got a 6 at the highest.
All right, a 6. All right, so he is going to try to dodge out of the way of that. And let's see what his ability there is. All right, so he doesn't dodge out of the way. He tries to, but he fails. And,
Oh wow!
And you just pour the wine down his throat.
Yeah.
All right, and he
like I shove the mouth bit into his mouth, and then I if the gourd is squeezable.
No, it's not. It's like a clay vessel. It's like one of the.
Right. In which case, I'll just kind of like jam it there and tilt his head back, and
All right. He drinks the whole thing, and then he sort of sprays some sorghum at you, and he says, "Good wine."
Ah.
He says, "Sit."
Now I'm kind of sad, but I didn't drink it.
He motions, and one of his men slide over another sealed vessel of sorghum wine.
I pick it up. I
Oh,
look
Kenny
at.
and Steven, what are you guys doing? Are you guys just watching from the
We're
distance?
just standing behind them.
Okay. He
So
says,
stand
all of you,
behind the
sit!
boss.
Sit! I wish to speak.
I'll take a seat.
So will I.
I prefer standing. No, wait. I prefer sitting. Oh,
He kind of looks very sober all of a sudden. And he says, what are your names?
Boris Drunken Sword.
He says, I wish to speak to this one here. And he points at Wuji.
And I want you to kiss my ass. What have you been doing conspiring with a daddy owl body?
He says, I need to have a private conversation with this man.
Private conversation, sponsorization. I don't listen anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm here.
I'll just pat
right.
Drunken Sword on the shoulder and say, "It's fine, boss. I'll have a word with this gentleman."
All right. He gets up and he starts walking away from the table for you to follow him.
I'll follow along.
And he says, the word on your mother is out.
And I'll say,
He says, well, it's only a matter of time now. And
until?
He sort of opens up his really disgusting looking clothing, and he pulls out an emblem, and this is like, you've never seen an emblem this elaborate or expensive looking. This thing has got layers of gold and all kinds of dragon images on it, and it's on top of some kind of ivory tablet, and he says, I am Secret Inspector Leng Ying. He says, I have authority in Fanshu to commandeer any forces and to serve my office, which is the Office of Reclamation. And our charge is to bring back all the heroes who have escaped from us. He says, do you understand?
I'll just shake my head and go, no.
He says, of course. He says, you understand. He says, I know who your mother is. And I'm willing to overlook and even eliminate any existing records of her.
I'm watching Wuji during this interactions.
Are you trying to hear what they're saying at all, or are you just watching?
I will be trying to hear what they're saying, but I'm
Alright.
mostly watching Wuji.
All right. You can kind of make out the gist of what they're talking about, actually.
Okay.
It's tough. I mean, you just by great luck, you managed to get most of the conversation.
Also known as a 10.
Yeah. And he says, provided you can do some services for us, I would be asking a lot of you, of course, but a nice filial son like you, I'm sure you care about your mother's safety.
What do you want me to do?
He says, I want you to help the Office of Reclamation to reclaim things.
So you want me to kidnap heroes for you?
Kill, kidnap, help arrange ambushes. There are
This
variety of
fucking
ways to
bastard's
describe what
pissing
we
me off!
do.
I'm going to stand up onto the table and do a sword whipping strike in my sword stance.
And he whispers in your ear, Kenny, this is your last chance. And he starts walking towards you, Elliot. As soon as you, can you? So you're making an attack.
Yeah, I'd like to do a sword whipping strike.
Okay, it's 6:45, so I think if there's going to be combat, we should end it here.
Okay.
Because we'll get.
I'll just point out that I will be doing it cathartically next round.
Okay, that's fine.
Next session.